Here we are in Chicago at the end, the culmination of the NBA Draft Lottery. Wes Hall here with Chase Hughes. Chase, normally we get into the numbers of things. So we knew that Washington coming into today was tied with Detroit with 14% chance to get that number one pick. 52% chance to land in the top four. So we accomplished the 52%. Then we get to that number 2 spot. Your thoughts about where Washington lands with the number 2 pick in this upcoming draft?
This is a great day for the Washington Wizards. To get the 2nd overall pick, this will be their highest draft pick in 14 years since 2010 when they picked first overall. And you mentioned all those percentages. You did a great job. But I think what a lot of fans maybe didn't realize is that their most likely picks were 5th or 6th.
Wow.
So to just stay there where they were with the second best odds is a major victory for the Wizards.
And I'm looking like most fans are. You look at the potential picks that are available. Like, I don't necessarily want to look at it from a personnel standpoint of who, but more of a what does Washington need coming up?
Well, Will Dawkins, their GM, has talked a lot over the past calendar year about positional size.
Okay.
And whenever you're picking 1st or 2nd overall, you're going to want a player who checks off that box. You want a guy who's going to have size and athleticism. I feel like there are a few players to keep in mind in that regard. Certainly Alex Sarr of France. He's a 7'1" center, known for his defense. He's probably going to be one of the top picks in the draft. Zachary Rissachet, also from France. He's a 6'8" wing, can impact the game on both ends of the floor. One of the best shooters in the draft. If you're noticing a trend here, 2 French players, there's a chance that Bilal Coulibaly could be joined by another Frenchman. I would also throw Nikola Topic's name out there. He's from Serbia. He's a 6'6" point guard with very good court vision. Okay. And also Cody Williams of Colorado. He's a 6'8" wing with a lot of length. He's the younger brother of Jalen Williams, who's turning into a star right now for the Thunder. And if I had to throw out a player comparison, I might point to Bilal Coulibaly. And, in fact, I think a lot of these guys at the top of the draft would complement Bilal's game very well.
Indeed, and you're talking about a lot of international players. What does it say that you have a draft class with so much top-heavy international talent? I mean, I remember the days where you might get 1 or 2 international guys in the league that get a lot of attention, and now there are a lot of them. How do organizations try to mete out what they look for domestically versus internationally in your eyes?
Well, the Wizards might have an advantage this time around because Bilal Coulibaly has already been talking to them about these French players. He's known them growing up because he's 19, right? But he's been in the league 1 year, but he's still basically the same age as these guys. He's probably going to be on the national team moving forward. So they can get some intel from Bilal Coulibaly, at least on the French players. And it's not just the 2 guys that I named. There could end up being like 4 or 5 guys picked throughout the course of this draft from France.
So now looking at the calendar for the NBA offseason, even though there's never an offseason technically, there's always something going on. What are the next steps for the players and the organization now that we're moving down the summer calendar?
Well, a lot will get done here in Chicago throughout the NBA Draft Combine. The Wizards will be able to sit down with a lot of these prospects for the very first time and interview them. And as we hear GM Will Dawkins talk about all the time, they're going to draft players, not necessarily, or they're going to draft people, not necessarily the players. The intangibles are very, very important, especially if you're looking at guys who are 7 feet tall. Every draft has players that are 7 feet tall. Yes. Not all of them have the intangibles to become stars. So that's what they're going to try to glean. We'll also get measurements for a lot of these players. You know, how tall are they, their wingspans, how high can they jump. It's just more and more information, and they need that information because Will Dawkins was just telling us that they don't really have their draft board yet. There's going to be a lot of movement up until June 26th.
Ooh, this is going to be exciting, and then obviously after the draft comes Summer League, so a lot of steps along the way getting you ready for the beginning of next season, because as of today, we're 29 days out from the culmination of last season. And, oh, by the way, today is the birthday of someone who might be on your screen right now by the name of Chase Hughes. So happy birthday, my friend.
Thank you. Happy birthday to me, and also Bullets great Kevin Greavy.
Chase, always in the know. That's what it's about. Your Wizards beat reporter here live in Chicago from the NBA Draft Lottery. Chase and Wes.